Let's go back to a time when the nights were lit only by fire. To a time when what we didn't know was vast, but we hungered to learn. To a time when 13 colonies wanted to break away from a king. We had plenty of writing calling us to action, but was there another story that inspired us? A story that inspired our leaders to found a new nation? Did we have another founding father? After the Bible, what book was in the home of almost every colonist? Shakespeare. Lightning Rod Theater wants to explore how Hamlet fired up the American Revolution. Both narratives concern breaking the reign of an unjust king. Both probe how reasonable decisions can lead to violent actions. Lightning Rod's production will start when Hamlet confronts the ghost of his father. He tells Hamlet he will never be at rest until he brings democracy to the kingdom. Hamlet's mother and his stepfather, who's also his uncle, believe that if he wants to empower the people, he must be crazy. To strengthen the production's democratic themes, we'll add in writing from the Revolutionary era. During one scene, the king's meddlesome advisor, Polonius, will ask Hamlet, "What do you read, my lord?"
"Words, words, words."
Polonius responds, "What is the matter that you read, my lord?"
"Slanders, sir. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness."
And Polonius will say, in an aside, "Though this be madness, yet there is method in it." Our production will be historically informed, but that won't keep us from breaking new ground. Hamlet's friend Horatio, in the spirit of Amélie Châtelet and the era's other women of science, will be female. Fortinbras, long portrayed as a slightly spoiled royal, will be an escaped slave, leading an uprising against the monarchy. And Ophelia will not be a fragile flower. She'll rebel against the king and queen, who will believe she's also gone insane. She'll join Fortinbras' insurrection and die on the barricades. Producing Hamlet as a historically informed show means hiring one of the best Los Angeles costume designers and giving them a large budget for waistcoats, knee breeches, and buckled shoes, tricorn hats, dresses with panniers and petticoats, and wigs for the women and the men. We'll also need funds for a top fight choreographer and weapons, rapiers, daggers, and pistols. We're going to have a cast of 10 or a dozen or more, and one of the things we like most is to pay our actors. Lightning Rod Theater has always supported equity in casting and the plays we produce. 2 of our last 3 shows have explored LGBTQ themes. In Craftsman, 2 stories about anti-Semitism, gay rights, and choice in love unfolded in the same Los Angeles craftsman house 100 years apart. And in This Side of Sweetwater, a bittersweet comedy about the events around a gay wedding, we touched on love, loss, and the mystery of the human heart. Our first production, Woof Woof, explored the struggles of an Iraq War vet with a traumatic brain injury. And most recently, in Nude Naked, a controversial play about controversial artists, we dove deep into what art owes the world when the world doesn't think it owes art a damn thing. We realize we aren't owed anything either, But we will need a Department of Cultural Affairs matching grant to mount Hamlet, set during the American Revolution. A show that will help fund the Los Angeles theatrical community through great costumes, sword fights, lighting, and set design. A show that will use a classic work to plunge into the dark heart of America's creation. Thank you.